think my mic is good there, in case things get a little crazy later. Happy Sunday. It's good to see you all. Hope you're doing a-okay. Bonk and Kimmers, thanks for being first as always, you two. Yet it is. It's great to see you. Same with Michael. You're liking the music. I usually just shuffle through my no copyright songs. How many even do I have on here? There's 329 songs. We have 11 hours and 45 minutes worth that we shuffle through every day. So I'm glad that you guys like it. Hi Trekker, it's been a while. I hope you're doing okay. Hi Valk, how are you doing? Battle of Puebla Day. Yeah, we have some things to learn because I've never really celebrated Cinco de Mayo too much, nor do I know the complete history of it. So I would like to learn that together with you guys today. That's something that we always like to do here on stream. I'm doing good. Nice, Scoots. I like it. Happy Revenge of the 5th. That's so cute. You're almost done with the school year? You bought some land and you're preparing to buy a house? That is so dang exciting. I'm really happy for you. I hope everything goes really smoothly with that, for sure. Yeah, guys, I'm doing good this morning. It's been a weird, let's say day since we ended the stream. So you guys know after stream yesterday, I went out to pick up my friend and we went out kind of like exploring around the city to this new area that we've never been before. And it was actually awesome. We had a great experience, looked at the one store we really wanted to look at. I forget what the name of it is. I think it's called Carbon. And everything in the store, like let's say half of the store you can buy in bulk items and it's all eco-friendly. So you just like bring your own container and they price it by ounce or per gram and it saves about 30% compared to if you just buy it off the shelf. That was so cool. So I definitely eyed up some things once I run out of like my cleaning products and my laundry soap and stuff. We can go fill it up there for way less expensive and it's better for us. So that was really cool. Except when we were leaving, the guy that parked beside me, he just like had his passenger door like fully opened where I wouldn't have been able to get in the car. So I was just like, hi, am I able to just get in my car because we're ready to leave now? He's like, give me a second. I think my dog's dying. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, I don't know what's happening right now. And I'm pretty sure he left the dog in the vehicle while he was like out doing stuff. So PSA, like I thought everyone was smarter than this. Don't leave your animals in your vehicle when it's hot outside. So we just had to like peace out of there because my friend like almost started crying. I was like, how about be more responsible? Don't get mad at me. So that was ridiculous, first off. But I calmed down after that and I was like laughing because right before that I bought like a Palo Santo stick, if you guys know what that is. It's like supposed to be a holy wood that you can burn, kind of like an incense, and it's supposed to bring like good things into your life. But then that happened right after. And I also had like a crazy dream last night and the kids woke me up at like 3:30 in the morning stomping around. This morning after I came home from charging the car, I had someone cut me off, run a stop sign just so that they could get to church on time. So I made sure I honked at them in front of everyone that was watching because I was like, that's ridiculous. Why are you all acting like this? So it's been kind of crazy. It's been like a whirlwind for me. They're always up. Sometimes I do call the cops and like try to go through with it, but I don't always want to be calling the cops at like 3:30 in the morning, right? Because that's what they told me to do whenever they wake me up. It's really annoying. But anyways, guys, I hope everyone's having a better like day than I've had lately. I just take everything with a grain of salt and I'm just laughing at the whole scenario. I am definitely ready to cook some good food. We are like alone in here today. I don't know where the roommate went. He left early. I think he might have went fishing or something. I'm not sure. He never told me. But yeah, we're chilling in here today. Let's celebrate Cinco de Mayo. And I'll hang out and have a wonderful day. Thanks, R. Wester. And yeah, I haven't really been able to talk to Sam much lately, so I guess that's why I kind of vent through you guys, because the internet's been so shoddy up there. I've maybe talked to him like 5 minutes every day. Yeah, let's just get the bad karma out for now. It's not like anything really bad personal happened to me. Like, I'm still okay. Just things that make you shake your head, right? It's like, well, this is sometimes why I don't want to leave the house. Okay, here's our menu for the day. It should be pretty quick and easy. We're making a soup, and I kind of planned this because it's supposed to be raining a lot these next 2 days. It's already kind of getting muggy here and cloudy. We're getting about 20 millimeters the next 2 days, which is amazing because, yeah, we need all the rain we can get right now. I don't want it to be dry. And I actually don't know if I've ever made chicken tortilla soup before. I've eaten it and it's really delicious, so I'm excited to make this with everyone. It's gonna be a spiced tomato broth with some pulled chicken. We're just gonna roast the chicken. I have 2 chicken breasts and 2 chicken legs, and then we'll pull that meat off of the bones with some black beans that I soaked back here. So we'll get the pressure cooker out again because that's been really fun lately. You can't even see them in there, the water's so dark. And corn, and then it just gets topped with, some people like fry their own tortillas, but I had a bag of tortilla chips that I wanted to use up, so we'll just crush some of that on top, and avocado, and we're gonna make some pickled jalapeños today to go on top. And I think it's really yummy if you put a little dollop of sour cream. If you want it a bit creamy too, you can do that. Also, cheese is probably an option. Maybe not the most authentic to add those ingredients, but still yummy. So here's the recipe. And then we're also gonna learn about Cinco de Mayo today. Do. Okay, it says not to be confused with Mexican Independence Day, which occurs on September 16th. Cinco de Mayo is a yearly celebration held on May 5th to celebrate Mexico's victory over the Second French Empire at the Battle of Puebla, like Bonk said earlier, in 1862. So this happened before like Canada was even a country. So think about how long ago that was, because Canada was a country in 1867. So we're celebrating the defeat of the colonizers, I guess. Let's do this. Kind of fitting with what's going on in the world. We're not going to get into that political stuff. This is our place to escape talking about all that. But cool history for sure. I mean, I would celebrate that too, right? If you were Mexican and indigenous. Okay, it says this though. It's more popular in the United States than in Mexico. And it's been associated with the celebration of Mexican American culture. Celebrations began in Colombia, California, where they have been observed annually since 1862. That's a long time they've been celebrating this. Okay, so it didn't really gain popularity in the States until the 1980s due to advertising campaigns by beer, wine, and tequila companies. What? Today, Cinco de Mayo generates beer sales on par with the Super Bowl. Right? I was wondering that. As a Mexican, you don't celebrate it. It's kind of just a joke. I like to kind of bring light to these holidays, and we also learn a lot about other cultures through food. So that's why we will often celebrate these holidays if it does land on a day that I'm streaming. There's always commercial influence involved, right? That is hilarious. Okay, that seems like all we need to know. And yeah, this is gonna be delicious today. So let's go over the recipe. We'll make a little prep list and get cooking. How's it going, Blondie? It's good to see you, dude. Oh, and guys, I was looking, because I'm always browsing like the job postings up at site where Sam is, even the kitchen ones. They have a sous chef position open, so I'm gonna apply for it tomorrow and see what happens. It's more of a supervisory role than like hands-on cooking, being in the kitchen. So yeah, I'm gonna apply for that and see what happens from there. Because one thing I do know that they're gonna be doing with the contracts or the kitchen is the chef as well as the first cook will eventually be absorbed by the mine. So they work for the mine themselves and then everyone else kind of works underneath them. So that's kind of my hope, just to get my foot in the door. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. Que pasa, foodie amigos? That was so cute, Blondie. Is that even the proper translation? Okay, this is what it says. Prep time 10 minutes, cook time 30 minutes, total time 40. It's gonna take us longer because we don't have pre-pulled chicken, like we're doing it ourselves. But it would be really easy if you picked up a rotisserie chicken and then pulled all the chicken off of it and then made this soup from that. So that'll be a quicker way for sure. I'm doing it the long way today. I did get sick of buying rotisserie chickens for a while there. That was like my source of chicken. I had to buy some raw chicken. Okay, so the base of it is onions and garlic. They also put jalapeno pepper into the soup, which we can do because lately the jalapeno peppers haven't been that spicy. Hi, Mickey. How's your Sunday? Did you go to the pub? For our spices, we need oregano, cumin. They say ground chipotle pepper, but I'm just going to use the chipotle and adobo that I always keep in the freezer. So we'll just scoop some of that out into the pot. We'll let that thaw a little bit now. I also said a can of fire roasted tomatoes and green chilies, but that's where the chipotle in adobo comes in because it kind of has all those like smoky flavors. I thought we would save ourselves buying something that we didn't really need. Yeah, 1 out of 10 is the extra spicy. So let's see, because I usually always try it as we are cutting it up to test the spice of it. Went to the pub, had Sunday roast beef, really nice. Oh, that sounds awesome, dude. Did you have a massive Yorkshire pudding? Sunny blue skies in 19. We're getting a rainstorm blowing in these next 2 days, so it's not super sunny, but it's still nicer than what it started out this morning. That's kind of like all peppers though, other than like the sweet bell peppers, because even poblanos can surprise you sometime and be really spicy. I've had a poblano that's been way spicier than a jalapeno. Okay, and then obviously our chicken stock, which I do have in the fridge homemade, but you're more than welcome to just put a bouillon cube or a scoop of, is it called better than bouillon, is the kind of liquidy form. And then obviously our black beans, corn, and chicken, and all of our toppings. Oh, they did say that you could put cheese. Yum. Okay, we'll shred some cheese up too then. A big Yorkshire pudding with cauliflower cheese? Man, it seems like they do your pub meals right. I want to come over. All right, so first things first, I was thinking we'll get the black beans into the pot to pressurize and cook those. I can't remember the last time I pressurized black beans, but I know when we did the chickpeas last weekend, it was about 20 minutes. The black beans might be closer to a 15-minute in the pressure cooker. I'll just Google it really quick. You have a view looking over the golf course. I would watch people play golf. I can't play golf though, I get too angry. You had to cut out rotisserie chicken. It gets so overcooked and dried out. When I get the rotisserie chicken, I am there like first thing when Costco opens, and I actually wait for them to put it on the shelf. So if you go early to the store and get the rotisserie chicken right after it comes off of this spit, and then take it home and cool it down really nice, it's actually really good. But I can see how it gets really dried out if it's been sitting there for a couple hours under the heat lamps, right? You can't really help that. So that's a little trick. Can't play golf, you just like driving the buggy. Yeah, that would be me too. Better than bouillon is the liquid. And I think it's also organic, you can get it. I really liked using that one. I just don't cook too much stuff now or as much for people, so I can't justify buying those big jars just to sit in the fridge and take up space. All right, reading about our black beans. Okay, it says 15 minutes. That was a good guess. Did we lose the music? Oh no, it's coming. Okay, so we'll do our beans, and then I thought while we're waiting for that to come to a simmer, we'll prepare our chicken in the roasting pan and get that into the oven because we'll have to pull it before it goes into the soup. I thought maybe an easy way would also just to be like cook the chicken in the broth as it's simmering. But I think we'll get a nicer product if we roast it first. Up to you guys. No, Nike. Went to the doctor and you have an ear infection? I hate that feeling. I have like some problems sometimes with my ears too, and I'm always like really paranoid that I'm gonna get an infection. Do I French braid my hair myself? I do. I was almost late for stream today because it takes about like 7 minutes per side for me to do it. I timed myself today. And I don't know if this is a French braid or a Dutch braid. So I feel like this is a Dutch braid. And that's the only way I'm able to braid my hair. You got some meds. That's good. It should go away pretty quick then. Okay, our chicken. To roast the chicken, probably about 20 minutes. 25. We'll take it out so it warms up a bit. This is from the 2 chickens that I got on sale last week. 2 chickens for $16, or this week you can get 1 chicken for $18. You tell me what's what. Hi, Gearbox Man. It's okay. Better late than never. Let's roast the chicken at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Like I said, around 20 minutes or so, just till it's cooked through. And we'll let it cool, and then we will pull it for the soup. Okay, the next thing that will take a little bit longer, not the process itself, but we want it to sit, is the jalapeno pickles. I already have some brine that's been chilling in the back of my fridge for a long time. Because yeah, you can keep pickle brine if you had extra of it, because it's just vinegar, sugar, salt, and water that you cook. So it's like basically pasteurized. So yeah, I always keep extra brine if I had it. So I made sure I pulled it up to the front of the fridge today. And really, I'll taste this. We might have to add a couple more aromatics, but I can see there's still peppercorns floating in it. We just have to heat this up and then pour it over the sliced jalapenos. But I know that there's a recipe linked in Discord already for that. We've made it before on stream. Blondie. You put peroxide in your ears? What the heck-a-doodle-do? I've never heard of that. It works though? Valk, it's a Dutch braid. This is the only way I know how. I don't know. Maybe it's a left-handed thing? Jalapeno pickle. Okay, and then after that, we'll start getting the broth together. So I know we need onion and garlic to start. And the rest of that will just follow through the recipe, other than the toppings, let's not forget. So we'll shred cheese. Need the tortilla. Thanks, our Wester. The avo. I'm happy that my avocado ripened in time. I was a little worried because I only picked it up on Friday, but somehow it's like perfectly ripened. I'm excited to cut into it today. I think some fresh diced tomato would be yummy on top of this too, but I'm not gonna put it. And then we also need some lime wedge, and cilantro. And I did go to the Mexican market this week to buy my Mexican ingredients, and I saved a lot of money that way. All right, guys, let's get into this. I gotta dig out the pressure cooker from the back of the cabinet, and then away we go. Has anyone in here ever had chicken tortilla soup? The other one that I was kind of on the fence with was pozole, but Sam really loves pozole, so I couldn't make pozole today without him being here. That would just break my heart a little bit. Favorite soup? Your wife makes it a lot. The tortilla soup? Nice, in the crotch pot. Bonk would love that. That's even easier. I did. That's like the running joke here on stream. It's hilarious. Okay. Open this up. Yeah, it's a trademark. So we're just going to drain this liquid that the beans soaked in. So soaking your dried beans overnight is going to help them cook quicker, number one. But I also think it kind of takes away some impurities out of the bean as it soaks. So we always get rid of that and then start with some new water. I think I did about 1.5 cups worth of black beans. I might have more than I need, but that's okay. I plan to make quite a bit of this soup. Hey, are you fishing? Guys, it's roommate. It's Wayne. Was wondering where you left to when I was waking up. You can even see how soaking the beans will split the skin open a bit. Nice. Did you catch any fish yet? And then I'm just gonna pour cold water over the beans. Try to make homemade refried beans and didn't soak them overnight. It takes forever, right? It seriously takes like 4 hours if you don't soak the beans, maybe even longer. So I usually pour enough water that there's about 1 inch above where the beans are, whatever you're pressurizing. And that seems to work pretty good. And obviously we don't go above the max line, like there's a little max fill line on here. Do not go above that. 5 hours to get tender. Insane. A few walleye. That sounds like some good lunch this week. I love fried walleye. A little dredge and some salt and pepper and flour. Oh, baby. Trev, how are you doing today? You forgot it was Cinco de Mayo? I mean, if you saw what happened in Discord with my entire weekly schedule, I mean, I posted that it was still April, so. And then I also had it posted as the April dates. So I first thought Cinco de Mayo was on Friday. I had to redo the entire schedule. It was hilarious. How to humble your own self, that. You love walleye? I used to go fishing so much when I was young because my parents had friends that had a lake lot. Oh, delicious. Yeah, any fish that only needs butter, it's that. Seriously. Okay, so this is gonna take a bit to come up to a simmer, and then usually when it simmers, there's like a little bit of like bubbles and foam that builds up, and we'll just skim that off before we pressurize it. So let's come back over to the board and we'll start prepping our chicken, get it seasoned and roasting. I'm gonna switch this song because I've heard it a billion times in 6 years. I wasn't ready for it. And then we'll also turn the oven on so that it can heat up while we're prepping. Let's line this pan first, and then we'll just season the chicken in it. You just fed the tropical fish. Do you feed them something fancy? Or it's just like a typical fish food? I don't think I'm gonna do foil. Just gonna go with a good layer of parchment. Yeah, so it already sticks up on the edges, so nothing should really soak through too much. Bloodworms? Oh gosh, that sounds scary. Okay, there's a little bit of juice you can see from it being frozen. I'm just gonna open it in the sink. Drain that out a bit. Yuck. I think out of like all the purge from meat, the chicken is the worst still. It's got this like weird slimy texture compared to beef or pork. I'm just not about it. Ugh, see? Chicken is definitely the weirdest raw meat, honestly. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. It's really the one that I never like touching. Oh, guajillos. I actually have so many dried chilies. So many. It'll last me the entire rest of my life, I'm pretty sure. Just washing my hands. You're eating your next meal. You guys are gonna laugh when I tell you that for breakfast today, I had a piece of the pork loin with carrot puree. I'm just like feeling like something meaty, but not eggs or anything. But that was my breakfast, and it was seriously delicious. It's like, huh, never had anything like that for breakfast before, but I make the rules around here, so. Okay, how should we season this up? The pork loin is done for. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna have another piece later too. You can eat chicken breast, but you can't eat chicken that's been cut up. What? We're all a little funny sometimes like that. It's okay, Mickey. Right? Hey, if it makes you happy, that's really all that matters. Do what makes you happy. Yes, there are rules, but no one says that you have to follow them. Unless, like, maybe it's against the law? Okay, so we'll for sure do salt and pepper. Nike said to use tagine, but I just actually tossed mine out because it was like many years old and it did not smell okay anymore. So unfortunately, I don't have any tagine. But I'm thinking like cumin, or we could just go simple and do like a taco. Taco spice, salt and pepper. I think that'll be the best. Because this is a homemade one, I think, our taco blend. I mean, like, see the oregano and everything in there. First, I'm gonna salt and pepper it, though, just to get that to adhere. What's everyone else getting up to today? I'm gonna try to sneak a walk in after stream if it's not pouring rain yet. And hopefully be able to talk to Samo today a little bit. That would be nice. Mickey would, yeah, he would not survive at Michael's house. Yeah, you're just relaxing, Nike. That's good. That's important. Papa woke up at 4 a.m. Yeah, I was up for an hour in the middle of the night last night. It was not the best. Still feel okay, though. Garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, coriander, oregano. That is always a good combination with chicken. Really can't go wrong with that. These chicken breasts seem pretty big compared to the legs, so I'm pretty sure it'll all cook at the same rate. Sometimes the chicken breast is a lot smaller than the leg, so you might have to take it out early just so it doesn't dry out, but I think we'll be okay today. Hi, Hudas. Oh yeah, you guys have the holiday in the UK. Is it just the UK? And so the skin on the chicken, I don't know what we're gonna do with that yet, because it's kind of a weird texture if you like cut up the chicken skin and put it in the soup. Maybe we can garnish with it? Could be good, because it's all like spiced up and it's gonna taste really good. It's just gonna be a texture thing for the soup. It won't really matter if the chicken breast gets dry, but I will say there's been times where like even if your chicken breast is dry and you put it in a soup, you still kind of know that the texture, that it was overcooked to begin with. You know what I'm saying? It kind of goes pasty. But yeah, even if you overcook it a little bit, still putting it in the soup will be very forgiving. Crispy chicken skin, yeah, on top. That's what I'm thinking. Sounds crazy good. There's some like big garlic chunks in there. That's a good idea too, Trev. Yeah, because sometimes the skin does make a little bit of a barrier for the flavor to soak into the actual meat. I guess that's why some people season on top and underneath. Put that away. While I'm over here, I'll grab the can of tomatoes that we need. And then I'll come back later and grab all the other spices. This is what we're gonna use. So we'll kind of mush them up with our hands probably as we're adding it into the pot. Now let's get this into the oven. I'll set a 15-minute timer to check it. And then we'll go from there. Okay, jalapeno time. Jalapeno. I have so many. Holy. I guess I was ready for pickled jalapenos. I mean, that kind of was my reasoning. I was like, if I'm gonna pickle them, I might as well make a bunch. I think this one is the oldest one, as you can tell. So that one I think we'll save to put into the soup. And then these other 4 we can slice up and put into a jar. apparently this used to be blackberry jam, but I think it's just the lid was on a little jar of blackberry jam. Make sure your jar is clean to start. I'm just gonna give it a rinse on the inside and a wash. A little scrub-a-dub-dub. Hi Wilson, good to see you. How's your Sunday? Right? Where'd all the jam go? What the hecky? And then I suppose actually we can pour the brine into the pot to get it heating while we slice this up. And pickled jalapenos are really easy because I never clean the seeds out of them. Because when you pour the hot liquid over, it kind of softens them a bit, and I don't mind it. I guess that's kind of the only time I don't mind the seeds in a pepper. You're doing good, just chilling? That's good. Me too. Most tortilla soups you had, they're blended with tortilla chips like a bisque? Whoa. That sounds a bit wild. Well, the tortillas will definitely soften in the soup. What are we honking about out there? Up, up. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, it definitely depends on how many tortillas you put in. If you want a really thick soup, put lots. If you want it more brothy, don't put too much. Also that, right? Every now and then I get a hankering for nachos. And pickled jalapenos are awesome on top of that. I'm gonna taste this first. Just be careful, don't taste a lot of it because it's gonna be really pungent. I could smell the vinegar already. And for the jalapenos, I don't go too sweet of a pickle brine. Definitely more like salty sour compared to, let's say, a pickled red onion. I go a little bit sweeter for those. That tastes good. I don't think I want to change that at all. It's like a little vinegar tickle in the back of your throat. Okay, so I'll just pop that on to start heating while we wait. And you just have to bring it up to a simmer, that's it. Really easy. And then here's a peek at the beans, since we put them over there. They're almost there. I should wear gloves for this, but I'm not going to. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm gonna wash these all first. And we're just making a quick pickle today, which means it has to be kept in the fridge. We're not going to be canning this afterwards to make it shelf stable. So always make sure you actually have room in your fridge to store the quick pickles that you make. A 10K run? That's not too bad. I used to run 10K a lot, actually. In my younger days. I don't know how long it would take me if I tried to run 10 kilometers. Probably a bit. Yes, it is. Marinate chicken in... What's wrong with this one on the end? I'm gonna trim that too. Marinate chicken in pickle juice. I swear we've done pickle fried chicken before on stream, if I can remember. So I'm gonna leave these in nice big rounds. So cut, I usually like about 1/4 inch thick. Not too thin that it's just gonna fall apart. And not too thick that it's kind of weird to eat and won't pickle very nice. There's like not really any seeds in here. And I'm just cutting really nice and controlled because I don't want to break the little rounds. I wonder if this is gonna taste different than the jalapenos from the just regular grocery store. Where's this small piece? Ready, guys? I'm gonna taste it. Mmm. A little bit spicier. At first it was not. Now it's just a bit in the back of my throat. Okay, I've got to wash my hands because the beans are starting to simmer and we have to skim them. Okay, those are gonna be good. Like, not too spicy where it's like, wow, I can't eat it. Just enough to warm your mouth. It did sneak up on me. But yeah, remember how spicy jalapenos used to be? Okay, grab a spoon. Go a big spoon. Just with a little, scoop it in a measuring cup. You're just gonna take that, scoop that foam off of the top. Leave the beans in the pot though. Sometimes the beans float up to the top. And so this is even more impurities that's coming out of the beans as they come to a simmer. Kind of like when you're bringing a stock up with bones, whether it's chicken or beef, it's gonna foam up a bit too. That's interesting that they do the same thing, hey? I'm gonna give this a stir and see what's what. But that's how much we got already. And yeah, I always bring this up to a simmer before I pressurize it with the lid. Skim the scum. Yeah, 2,500 on the Scoville for jalapenos. I remember eating them too, where they would like make you cry. That's why we never touched any of those other crazy peppers. Let's see how much more builds up. I'm gonna turn it up a little notch. Okay, I'm gonna keep slicing while I'm waiting. I'll just watch. You guys have to watch for me. Ugh. I just rolled off of the cutting board. Said, see ya. Thanks, Nike. You guys gotta watch my pot for me. Nike's like, I'll watch your pot for you any day. Is this the tomato broth? Nope, this is us pressure cooking the black beans instead of me buying canned black beans. Because it's much less expensive to buy dried beans than in the can already cooked. Okay, we'll do a little bit more skim and then we'll put the lid on. This doesn't seem like too much more is building up. And then these cook for 15 minutes, it said, at high pressure. I just kind of scoop it up this side and then pour it out. Until you start just scooping up broth and then you're good. All right, let's do this. We're locked in, turn it to high pressure, and now we're gonna start building it up. turn the dial down a bit because I know I don't need it over medium heat. We'll come back over when it starts to steam. You were watching Louder Milk? What is that about? Ugh, see? They just roll right off the cutting board. Stop that. Contain yourself, Peppers. Go right to the end. Uno mas. Show about Rehab. Probably up there with Seinfeld. Holy. Okay, maybe we should download it and watch it. Ah! Now they're rolling like onto my computer card even. These peppers are wild. They're really spicing things up. You guys hear the whistling behind me? Things are happening. Okay, before I wash my hands one last time, let's get these into the jar. Yeah, they were really trying to escape. Think about how many peppers we could grow from all these seeds if we saved them. Hundreds, maybe even thousands. Okay, let's contain the rest of these to the garbage can. There's so many shows that I have to watch. Will it ever end? The list will never end. Wash it up. That's how much we got. About, probably once we pour the brine in, about halfway full, which is a good amount. I didn't need too many. I don't like to leave pickles in the fridge for too long. They're always better fresh. Just rinsing my knife under the hot water there almost made me cough from the spicy oils. Whoa. That's our 15-minute timer on the chicken. Already. Already, guys. She looks like she's roasting up really nice. Just gonna give it a poke. Oh yeah, we got a bit to go still. Still pretty soft. So let's do another 10 minutes. Our brine is almost up, actually. And then whenever we are pouring hot brine into glass, we don't want our glass jar to be cold because it will crack. And then you'll just have an insane mess. It might even like really crack and explode, so be careful. So one thing I'm gonna do is just to prep the jar is just get a bowl of warm water and just keep the jar in there. And then you can pour the brine in, and you won't have any scary things happen. Because, yeah, the last thing you want is the glass to be shattered in the kitchen. Freedom Dow? Thank you for that follow. Welcome. How do I find ingredients that are ethically produced and delivered? I shop at the farmer's market. I went to my local Mexican market and picked up all the ingredients for my Mexican meal today. Those are the things that I do. Yeah, only hot liquids into ball jars and Pyrex. Nothing else, it's too scary. This is sizzling like crazy. Okay, we're just building up our pressure over here too. For the beans. How's Cookie today? You guys get all your cool auction things settled in? So there's that. I don't want to steam you guys up. You can let that cool just a little bit for a sec. I will do that while we come over here, because listen, there's things happening. Whoa! Okay, so now I'm gonna turn that down to about medium-high heat. That looks like a nice stream of steam. I gotta take this away so you can see it. And now we can set our timer for 15 minutes for the beans. And that's a happy temperature. Hi, White Dove. What was put in my brine? Give me a sec. Because I know this is from, I think the pickled red onions I made last time, and I just had extra brine. So I just reused that extra brine today. But here's the actual recipe. Doot, doot, doot. Cookie, you're hilarious. You're welcome, White Dove. It's getting warm in here, guys. Okay, I'm gonna pour this. And I'm gonna open the window. Hopefully this doesn't pour down the side of the pot. I hate when it does that. So far, so good. And then obviously we need enough brine to cover whatever we're pickling. And then always good to try and weigh it down. I'll have to create a little weight of sorts to go onto there. Just so that you can submerge. I can show you guys here. See how it's kind of sitting above and then there's this brine there. But I will say as it absorbs the brine, they will kind of start to sink down because they'll get heavier from the water weight. What's warm? 15 degrees Celsius. You guys have to think. I worked in the Arctic for over a year. Everything is warm now. So I did have glass pickling weights. I don't know where they are. Let me check this one bin. Or they're in the storage locker somewhere. Yeah, I don't have them in here. I might have got rid of them. That would like make me a bit sad. But it's okay. I know what to do otherwise. In the past, I've just cut up one of these lids. Even though plastic is maybe not the best thing to use, right? But this is food-safe plastic, so I think that's a little bit different. Grab a set of scissors. I'm just gonna cut this rim from around. I'll show you. Okay, so Cookie got a walnut corner table used by the front door. Came with an embroidered footstool. That's cool. Still in good condition. And a nice maple serving tray for super, super cheap. Sounds like you got some good finds. Right, Trev? Like how finicky we are. Sometimes we have to get over ourselves a bit. Let's see if this will fit. I might have made it too small. The other thing I usually do is just cut a slit. If you need to go like that, right? Because then it will just keep everything down. Hello? Welcome back. We're cooking it up today. Wow, that worked actually amazing, guys. The ingenuity of chefs, you'll never beat it, I'm telling you right now. Chefs need to invent more things. It's perfect. I'll pop the lid on now, but I won't tighten it all the way just so the steam can still come out of there as it sits. And do not put this right in the fridge. It has to sit on the counter until it's room temperature. So pickled jalapeno, check. You love watching the videos where they cook with hot rocks? I've gotten a ramen once in a hot rock bowl. It was kind of terrifying because like sometimes you want to like lift the bowl up and drink it, but no, the broth's like bubbling in the clay pot. It was so cool. You made a food app to look for local produce and found fresh strawberries and a new place to get food. That's your invention for the week? Not by a chef, but maybe one day. That's really cool. What is the app called? Nice, yet it is. You put the jalapenos into sandwiches. That would be good because they have like crunch and tang. If you're not really like a cucumber pickle person, that's pretty close to it. Just gonna wipe up this little bit and see what we're gonna get into next. Yes, cheesesteak. Even I've had it on like pizza, pepperoni pizza with pickled jalapenos and honey. Whoa. Me too. Last time I've had a cheesesteak, I honestly can't recall. They're not really a thing in Canada. There used to be a Philly cheesesteak co, but I don't think it exists anymore. I think the last one I had, I was in Vancouver, or actually we made it ourselves on stream. But that doesn't really count. All right, black beans I'm checking off because that's pretty much done. Chicken I'm checking off because that's almost done. Jalapeno pickle, done. Let's prep our onion and garlic and then we'll get our soup broth going. Quick and easy Sunday, people. Gotta love it. Philly cheesesteaks on the food truck? Man, that's actually why I want to get a job again. Like, I just can't wait until we can do our thing, and I don't want to wait anymore. So I just said, you know what, heck it. I'm going back to work. Let's see how our Spanish garlic is holding up. I haven't really used very much of it, and I feel sad. I don't want it to go bad. Chicken timer. Those are looking nice and plump. I'm just gonna take the internal temp to see how cooked it is. Okay, the leg by the bone, 120? Did I read that right? Around like 130. How's this breast? Around 140. So let's go. I'm gonna go another 5 minutes. But we're very close. Maybe actually 7. 7 more minutes. Oh, let's just roll with this one that's on for the beans. Easy. Okay, we got 5 cloves of garlic so far. Let's do 6. Really? You're not a big beef person, but all of your favorite sandwiches have beef? That's funny. So, you like well done beef then, I'm assuming. Because most beef in sandwiches is cooked through. I've never had a beef tartare sandwich. But it could be good. Trev, I hate my oven too. It probably will be closer to 10 minutes. And it's not like I don't have another oven to use. Just the caldo bake, like, yes, it's convection, but it's super obnoxious. The beeping, the fan doesn't shut off when you open the door to look at stuff. I still want to try to get maybe my sister-in-law to, like, I don't know, fudge with the wiring and get the fan to be able to shut off when you open the door. I don't know if that's possible. We're gonna mince the garlic, so let's get a garlic press. But first we're gonna chop the onion. A countertop commercial one. Yeah, I do really like how the caldo bake works. Like I said, it's so noisy for me to be able to use on stream. But it seriously bakes the best baking I've ever made in my life. Best pies, best cookies, best bars, muffins, all of that. My onion's starting to sprout, I'm sad. Do you have any brands recommend looking at for something like that? Your brother-in-law is looking for something similar for his business. He makes homemade pet treats. Like, that oven is phenomenal, Cookie. It's never failed me once. And if he's making just something simple like dog treats, I think that would be awesome for him. Because it actually cooks, like it bakes cookies in 10 minutes. I'll give you, let me just write it in chat real quick. And then I think we have the one that's called L3 or 4. Maybe L4. Some of them have 3 racks. Other ones have 4 racks. I think we have the one that has 4 racks. There's some dirt on the board. I'll have to wipe this off from the onion. You're welcome. And yeah, it was a Costco purchase, so if he can find it at Costco, they have like the best return policy and the best warranty, right? So that's why we did that too. Go to the Webstaurant store. Yeah, I've never used any other brand, so I wouldn't know. But I'm sure, like, you just have to try it, right? And if you're not happy, try something else. So onion we'll do small dice for the soup because we're not blending it up. And whenever we eat a soup, we like to have a medley of things together on the spoon. I can do one more before it falls over. Perfect. We'll put that in a little container and we'll keep the garlic separate just so it doesn't burn. During the pandemic, you got a lot of supplies from Webstaurant. I don't know if we can order that in Canada. And I don't like sign up for any of the emails for those places anymore because it's way too tempting to always buy stuff. It's dangerous. They're always having a sale on something. You want me to beat you up today? How about that? I still don't know who this is, but I have a feeling it's someone that I used to work with. And that's why I talk to them like that, guys. I know you guys love it too. You're asking for it today. Wait, we work together? I don't know. Who are you? Let's mince our garlic. Oh no, let's not mince our garlic, because look. Our both timers are going off for stuff. You don't know anymore either? Oh no. Okay, so turn this off. And then let's just move this over because I'm going to take it off of the burner. And we're going to start depressurizing it because you want it off of the heat. And then all we do is start turning this dial. And careful because a lot of steam comes out at first. And yes, steam is hot. Oh no. Hello there, friends. Thank you so much for the raid. Ratataz? Welcome in. How was your stream today? And what were you streaming? We are currently depressurizing our black beans in the pressure pot and we're checking our chicken for the tortilla soup. Good job, guys. And yeah, I know F1 is starting soon. I haven't watched any of it yet this weekend. And I probably won't until like the last week of May when Sam is home. So no spoilers on F1 in this channel. It's a rule. We've said in the past that it's an instant ban if you spoil the race for me, but I might be a little bit more lenient. We'll keep that going as I check this. Okay, chicken looks good. Same with the legs. So now we'll just let that cool. Turn off the oven. I'm just gonna let the chicken cool up there, I think. We already know who will win. I mean, sometimes things happen though, so you never really know who's gonna win. Thank you, Chang. The spice that we used on the chicken to go in the tortilla soup, we just used a homemade taco spice blend because it has a lot of the similar spices that's going into the soup broth. So I thought that'd be good. You gonna have soup today?
Yeah, I'll have some soup.
Okay. You did self-care with a tennis ball and flute? How do you say the second one? Iwi? I don't know what that is. And a violin music. Very cool. Ugh. The bean juice sometimes comes out of the top. It's okay. It gets messy. Chicken parm smash burgers? How is that even possible? Was the chicken parm the burger or is there a beef on there still? Hi, Dusty. Dust, are you back from the mountains or you're just coming to hang with us today? Can you post me a link, Cookie? Otherwise I'll forget. It's a synth instrument. An Uwe. Cool. I really want to get a hand pan drum. Maybe by the end of the year. Okay, we can almost open this. I love chicken parm. Yeah, that's one of my... I'm always down for that. Guga is a mad scientist. Okay, now we are fully open, depressurized. The seal has also gone down. We know that we can open the lid without any explosions happening. Ta-da! I'm gonna rinse that because there's a bunch of bean bits that's gonna get sticky. Boop. You can't see nothing yet. Nice. They're falling apart. I think we could have went 10 minutes because they're really falling apart. Now I know. 15 minutes, a bit too much. But like I said, I'm pretty sure this is my first time ever pressure cooking a black bean. I'm just grabbing a strainer. And we will strain that out in the sink. We don't need to keep any of the bean juice at all. Yeah, we made bean soup. Good job, everyone. We're making 2 soups today. Hey, at least they're not crunchy, right? It could be worse. Because I hate opening it up and it's not cooked and then you have to go through the whole process again. But that's what they came out to. Could be worse, but also could be better. Let's come back over, finish our aromatics for the broth to start. We're pressing our garlic. Got our onion chopped. How many fishes did you catch? You guys don't keep none though because you don't have a license?
No, it's more so where we're fishing.
Okay.
We're fishing next to a power plant.
Oh. Yeah, maybe not the best. Your mom uses her Instapot to cook the beans for her homemade baked beans, and they're the best you've ever had. It works so good. Seriously, I won't take the time to like slowly cook beans for 6 hours in the oven or on the stove anymore. There's just no point. Mickey, does your pupper have the zoomies? That's a good amount of garlic. Nom. Garlic is good for us. Rinse that out so it doesn't get all sticky. Okay, I gotta just wrap this up real quick. There's a farm there, everything's grass-fed. You can see the cows have a little vending machine where you can buy yogurts and cheese. You're in Europe then. There's no way. In the States now they do it too?
Yeah, it looks like a giant box to pay with debit.
Oh, I thought that was only in Europe. Canada is so far behind, guys. It's hilarious when you tell me these things. But yeah, I was gonna guess that. The Netherlands. Ding, ding, ding! And it's probably not that expensive either, hey? So, have you tried anything from that farm? Alright, next up, let's grab all of our spices before we start making the broth. Oh, I almost forgot to cut up the other jalapeno. Do we really need it in the soup? If we made the pickles? I don't know how I feel yet. Okay, oregano, cumin. We got our chipotle there. Oh, that's it. Oregano and cumin. That's so heckin' easy. I'm glad I put all the other spices on the chicken then. That's gonna make it taste really good. Okay, I'll cut up the other jalapeno. I just needed another cutting board. And that way we can fry it with the onion. It'll be yummy. $650-gram block of cheese for $10 US. 500 mils of yogurt with honey fig for $4. Yeah, that's not expensive. We're paying for 650 mils of yogurt here. Good quality is like almost $7 unless you get it on sale. For the jalapeno going into the soup, we're gonna peel out all of the insides. I don't want any seeds or any of that stuff, so just grab a spoon. And yeah, yogurt is so good for digestion. I usually have like 3, sometimes 4 like yogurt fruit parfait bowls during the week for breakfast. I try to alternate with something not too sugary on the other days. Just because it's not too good to spike your blood sugar like that first thing in the morning, but it's so yummy. I love fruit. I think eating like fruit natural is still better than eating like a sugary sort of cereal, right? That's how I think of it. I could make worse choices, but I'm not. Making your own cultured butter and yogurt. Oh, cookie. And that's the thing is like once you start making yogurt and have that culture, you just pour it into the next batch and it takes about a day and then you're good. Let's just scoop all of this into the garbage before we slice. This one's gonna be spicy, Michael? No. We don't want it to be. Thanks, Crazy Alices. I will have some water. Everyone else should have some too. And they sell grass-fed beef. Oh. I have been researching more and more farms here lately. And I have been actually finding some that aren't too expensive compared to what I see at the farmer's market. And I was kind of like putting 2 and 2 together, right? Because when you're at the farmer's market, you have to pay to rent that space, right? So you want to be able to pay for that space with what you sell. So you have to kind of charge a little bit more for your items for the convenience of all of us to get everything there, right? Rather than going to the farm and picking up the beef that way. I don't know if the bigger ones are spicier. Let's see. The one that I tried from the Mexican market was actually an okay spicy. Nope. But this was from a regular grocery store. What? This one barely tastes like anything, I will say that. It just tastes like a green bell pepper. So I tried to keep it around the same size as the onion that we chopped, and then we can scoop it all together. And now we will go over to the stove and get everything started. And then while the broth is going, we can pull our chicken, because that will go in at the end. Because it's already cooked, so we'll just have to get it heated through. Make sure you wash your knife and your hands with soap and water to get all the spicy oils off. You like the jalapeno flavor? Me too. A lot of people describe it as fruity, and I think I agree with that. Same with sometimes habanero, right? Even though habanero can be really spicy, habanero goes really good with fruits like mango or pineapple. That pot is a little bit hot still from the beans. Just make sure I put a cloth under it. Yeah, do not go to touch your face or any other body parts, let's say. I know some guys that have learned the hard way. There might be one here now. Let's get a soup pot out. I'm going with a big one. Big batch. I don't think we'll need the lid, but we'll keep it out just in case. You guys are so funny. Hey, if you know, you know, and you'll only do it once. It's one of those, yep, never doing that again. Mish, don't even think about it. Okay, get some fat into here, whatever you want. I'm gonna use some of this lard. But you could use olive oil, anything else. And let's go medium heat again. Bell pepper and jalapeno is the same species, Capsicum annuum, just different cultivars. Interesting. This should be enough fat. Let's go a little more.
Yay!
We're using chicken. Chicken's not that fatty. Cookie, thank you very much. 1,399 bits, and you didn't even get the chance to even it up before Mish said, I'm gonna put 1. We're at 78% of the way through the goal, though. That means pretty soon we'll have to take the stream fabric shopping for Sam's quilt. We'll have to go IRL adventure together. And then I'll have to go to the storage locker to go get a table for when we sew, because I currently don't really have any table to set up a sewing machine on, but we have a bunch just in storage. Fun. Yeah, I was talking to my friend yesterday because my friend Julia is a fashion designer. And I was telling her all the things that I want to do, and she's like down to do it with us on stream even. So that'll be really fun. When's the last time I did one of my cookie rewards for donations? It's been a bit. When was the last one? Christmas time, I think? It's been a while. Why, are you guys ready? Are you ready again? I don't try to do them too often. I try to take a pretty good break in between until you guys are ready for it again. So let me know. Let's put our onion and pepper in. And then we'll give it a little salt and pepper. Yeah, it was around Christmas. So we did it, I think, during the month of December. Everyone signed up, and then I sent it out after Christmas just because shipping during Christmas is ridiculous. And that seemed to work actually really good. Everyone got their boxes quick. Also, just want to show you guys, look at the color of the jalapenos changing as it starts to pickle. So we'll fry this until it just starts to turn golden brown. Then we'll add the garlic and the spices. So while this is frying, we have to kind of crush up our tomatoes because we have whole tomatoes in the can. And yeah, they would break down in the broth, but it's just easier to do it ahead of time rather than trying to fool around with it later. Let's stir in that seasoning. The salt will help draw out the moisture from these items a little bit quicker. Any cheese in the refried beans? The beans are just going in the soup, but we are grating some cheese to put on the soup, which is gonna be yummy. I just got some marbles, so what you guys I think know as Colby Jack in America. Yeah, we're making chimkin tortilla soup. Although we have made refried beans before on stream, and they're so good. But I usually make those with pinto beans. Mish, you're triggered? Hey, I still have feta in my fridge, do you? Oh, okay, I think I know the answer then. So you just fetted your own self there, lady. Sometimes it happens. Can't help it. Where do I want to pour this? I mean, I have this bowl that would just had the jar sitting in the water. I'm just gonna pour this into here and then smoosh it. Pick out the whole tomatoes. And then as far as the can goes, I usually rinse this out with just a little bit of water to add to the soup, but I'll do that once we already have our chicken broth added. You'll feta all of us? I'll accept it, don't worry. Does Sam like the Dune chopper set? Is that a Lego set? You think it looks amazing? He's not really into Dune. Like, we watched it, but he's, yeah, not like a huge Dune guy. Definitely more of a car man. This is gonna be so good with the chunky tomato. This is a texture that I don't mind. As far as like mushy, weird things go, I don't know why. Because there's a lot of other things that are like this that I cannot stand. But for some reason, tomatoes aren't gross. Oh, you never even watched Dune, but you just think it looks cool. I'll have to check it out. Mickey, you're binge watching tomorrow, Golden Girls? Let's go. You're the best. Tomatoes are healthy, they have vitamin C. We do try to cook pretty healthy here. I think we gotta stir our onion and pepper. I could hear the sizzles. Yes. Mmm. Onion, pepper, garlic. That's a good combo. Okay, finish this up. I think there's like 3 more. You get it in the eyeball, the tomato juice? That sounds a little crazy, Trev. I'll try to not have that happen. Hopefully you didn't jinx me. This is the last one. And yeah, there's just something about the San Marzano tomatoes. Like, see how it's not watery? It's just this beautiful tomato puree, full of flavor. I never believed the hype until I tried them, and now I can't go back. It's actually really cool that Costco carries a 6-pack of them. I thought that they weren't gonna have it forever, but it's still there. They really are. Okay, we're almost there. While we're waiting, I'm gonna take out the chicken stock, which is also gonna make this so good if you made it yourself. This one is from Rotisserie Chicken. So I have a liter worth. You get the number 10 cans. So like the really big ones then, right, is number 10? I've never gone with a can size like that. Smells nummy. Okay, I think we're good to add our garlic now. Let that fry up. You can see how much the pepper and onion has shrunk down. And then we can add a little bit of, what is it? Cumin and oregano are the spices. What is the amounts it says? A 1/4 teaspoon only of each. That's quite a small amount. I'm gonna go 1/2 teaspoon. Just measure it in your hand. That doesn't seem like very much flavoring. It's almost like, what's the point of having it? That's so cute, Mickey. He's renovating his space, your dog. Hey, it's good to switch it up. Change the location of the bed. You never know. Okay, and then I also need a spoon to put some of the chipotle and adobo in here as well when we start getting this broth all together. Get food from a resale store. And seconds and off-brands are dented cans. But dented cans are not good. Dented cans are not supposed to be consumed though. Because when it gets dented, the inside layer of plastic will peel off and go into your food. Yeah, look up a video. I saw one recently. Because I always thought that too. I was like, there's a dent, who cares? And then I seen what actually happens. It is not good. I didn't believe it until I saw the video and I was like, oh shit. Okay, we're ready. I'm gonna pour the broth in. Deglaze it. Put the fat around the top. And then we'll open this up, our chipotles. And then obviously we'll need to top this with some water. This is how it looks out of the can. So chipotle peppers are smoked jalapenos, but I would say chipotle peppers are way spicier than any fresh jalapeno I've ever had, so keep that in mind. Yeah, I thought the layer was bonded to the can too, Trev, but it just flaked right off. Was like, what? And then I got scared. Let's do 1 and 2 whole ones. And then the adobo sauce is just some oil, spices, garlic, and onion, and a bit of tomato. So all kind of the same flavors going together. We could always add more of this later on when we taste it too. Just I don't like to start out too spicy, because how are you gonna fix that? All right, now we pour the water in our tomato can to rinse it and bump up the rest of the liquid that we need. We'll go with that. Next, we can add our crushed tomatoes. Right? The smoked chipotle, it does not take much to spice up your life. Do not hold the tomato up here and drop it in, because you will splash everywhere. Go as close to the broth as you can. Same with how when you deep fry or fry stuff in oil, you always drop it really close so it doesn't splatter back at you. Now we'll give that a stir all together. That's looking nummy. That totally changed the look of it. Wow. And we'll let that come to a simmer. I am going to just pull out our corn from the freezer. I'm just using frozen corn. I'm just gonna pour it in this bowl to thaw. No use making more dishes. I'm gonna use the rest of it because it's starting to get frosty and I don't like that. It's about 2 cups worth. Yeah, just a bit of a kick. Holy, you put straight up ground chipotle on popcorn once? Did you have to throw it out because it was too spicy? There's our corn gonna thaw, and then that goes in at the end with the beans and the chicken. Because everything is cooked. It just needs to get heated. Okay, let's bring this over. We'll put a lid on here. See, there was a reason we kept it out. Just to get it to come up to a simmer a bit faster. You still ate it all? That's impressive. I hate when things are so spicy that it's almost inedible. Up and Adam, what day is it for those who go to Taco Bell today? Stinko de Mayo. Thank you very much for that. That's an Annie command for sure. Okay, here's our taco roasted chicken. So one thing we said at the beginning of stream, because all the chicken has the skin on, we're gonna take the skin off and then chop it up to garnish the soup with. Because it's really flavorful and we don't want to waste it. But it would be weird to put it into the soup with the chicken attached to it because it would go kind of stringy. Let's just get a little plate to put that in on the side. And then the rest I'll just pull the chicken in this pan, I think. You're honored. Perfect. Taco smell. I haven't been there since I was probably like 10 years old. Maybe younger, maybe a little bit older, but around that age. Fatty chimkin. Look at that. So peel this layer of fat off though if you want to crisp up the skin. You actually want it to be as dry as possible. I'm just gonna peel that off too because it's kind of stringy and weird. You'll take it? No, that's mine. This one looks really good on this breast. Giveth. That one looks good. I think the chicken breast will just chop because that's easier than pulling it in my mind. But we'll have to pull the meat off of the chicken legs for sure. Look how easy that comes off. Does Taco Bell's okay if you're strapped for cash? I believe that. I mean, that's like most fast food places. Look how juicy this is too. I mean, that really is why you cook chicken with the skin on. You could always take it off after like we're doing if you don't like it. But it keeps it way more moist. I need to try a bit of this one. Stuxoid, back off Taco Bell. They have a new cantina menu, which is fresh. What part is fresh? What is cantina? Why are they trying to be fancy? It's fresher. Are you saying they're doing like burrito bowls and stuff? Dust, it's not terrible. Well, that's how, I guess, how you know you cook the chicken properly. The bone just removes its own self. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure they're using the same ingredients. They're just trying to make it seem fancier. And look at this. So the bone or the vein, it just wasn't bled out all the way. And that's why I think a lot of people don't ever eat dark meat for poultry and stuff, because it freaks them out. They're like, oh my gosh, there's blood, it's not cooked. But that really comes down to how it was butchered. That's really all it is. And I find a lot of times they're just trying to do stuff quicker and quicker. So they're not going to take the time to properly bleed it out. Which is unfortunate. Really. So I'm just going to pick out all those pieces that I see. Yeah, I'll always take the dark meat, even if it's a little bit pink or bloody still. That's where all the flavor is. Good seasoning. Not like overpowering, but it's gonna go really good in the soup. You can still taste the chicken though, which I think is important. I'll probably just chop this all up. I'm kind of leaving it in pretty big chunks right now. Make sure you take off the kind of gristly bits, the ligaments near where the drumstick is. I think we're good on that one. And then I'm also picking it in here because it's gonna soak up those juices, right, as it sits there. That's all gonna go into this soup. We're not gonna throw that out. We did talk about Cinco de Mayo earlier. We learned that it is the celebration of Mexico winning the battle against the French in the Battle of Puebla. That's what we learned, and it happened in 1862, before Canada was even a country. Do I think I could be vegetarian? No, because I don't think that's a sustainable diet to eat. It would be way too hard to get protein and a lot of other nutrients that you get from meat. I eat vegetarian food usually once or twice a week, but I could never be fully vegetarian just because I know it's not good for me. Maybe pescatarian, but then I'd have to live by the ocean. Because I'm really picky with my fish. Yeah, we learned that one up in Adam. I'm proud of myself for actually remembering all that we read, because usually I don't. Yeah, it's September 16th is Mexico Independence Day. But I guess some people confuse it with Cinco de Mayo. It's not the same. You always feel weird when you make meat. Sometimes I'm like that, where it's like, honestly, I don't feel like eating meat. Actually, last night, like for my dinner after I got home, all I ate was fresh veggies and like I made a little like ranch garlic dip with sour cream. That's seriously all I ate. I mean, I was pretty hungry when I woke up, but I wasn't really feeling anything else. Okay, that's all the trim. I'm gonna save that and put that into a pot, I think, tomorrow. Same with when I do the beef trim from the other stream. Just do it all at the same time. Now I'm gonna get a cutting board. Yeah, we learned that beer sales in Mexico on Cinco de Mayo are comparable to beer sales during the Super Bowl. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, muy local. You had a hunter kill a deer on your land, brought you some steaks, and you couldn't stomach it. Knowing that the deer was in your yard? I mean, that could take a little bit to get used to, right? Especially on the first time. Might be a little bit much. Did you at least try it, though? Because that's the most important. As long as you try to make an effort, and then you can decide after that. I actually have some deer from my friend in the freezer still that I gotta cook when Sam's home. We have, I think, some steak and also some ground venison. This is gonna be a very hearty soup, by the way. And that was my plan for this. Let's actually line this all up in a row. And that's how I'll chop through. And I'm just gonna rough chop it. I mean, I always say when we're eating a soup, it needs to be easy to be eaten with a spoon, right? So it can't be too stringy. Been wanting to look into buying a cattle share. See if that would mean better pricing. Hi, Kanara. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. Yeah, you'd have to buy a second freezer for sure, Cookie, but I think it's worth it. Like, I have a cousin that farms a little bit north from here. And I guess my mom was telling me that he has 500 head of cattle this year that he's looking after. And, like, I so want to go and get some of that meat, but when it's just me here, there's no way I could eat all of it. And, like, to run a deep freezer just to keep all that meat in the house, that's a lot of money, right? Kanara, yeah, I want a third freezer. I've done really good. All I have is this little guy. So I'm pretty proud of that. Are you building a walk-in freezer? Seriously? What a dream. Sometimes I see people selling like walk-in fridges on Marketplace. Imagine if we just put that in the living room, Wayne.
Yeah.
You wish you could. Me too. I don't know what happened. It just seemed like a good idea. Okay, our chimkin breast. Let's just take the tender off, because usually it falls off anyways. And there's always this kind of stringy membrane too. A fridge that you can walk into and sleep in. Yeah, you wouldn't even need an air conditioner. I like where your guys' heads are at. It's pretty efficient, honestly. You even offered to sacrifice hubby's office for it, and he didn't go for it. Priorities, man, I guess. Where the little bit of taco spice was. That's tasty. I was checking to see how dry it is, but it's not bad. A little bit here where it tapers to be thin, but it's still nice and juicy up top. After this, we'll start working on the toppings. We just gotta shred a little cheese. We'll get some cilantro chopped. Prep our avocado. Grab our tortilla chips. We need to do lime wedges. And then we're pretty much there. I like to simmer tomatoes, like canned tomatoes, for at least 15 minutes in a soup. Just so they combine with the flavors and taste sweet when that happens. Blob is holding brick. Thanks, Blob. Get this to absorb all the juices that are sitting here while we're waiting. Nom. So I was saying earlier, if you don't want to do what I did with the chicken, you could always just buy a rotisserie chicken and pull the meat off of it. I did the long version. Too long, don't read it. A Very Brady sequel you're watching on Pluto TV. Alice works to the bone daily that she might as well sleep in the fridge, but no, she walks in there because she also ate the special mushroom spaghetti. What? I am smelling the chipotle coming out of this. Look at that, guys. Should we give it a taste? It really smells like chipotle. I hope we don't burn our faces off today. Chicken tortilla soup cleanse. Thank you, Kanara. We were talking about the San Marzano tomatoes, how they really just make a big difference as far as canned tomatoes go. Don't burn my face either, it's really hot. I would say that's really nice and balanced flavor. Plus the corn is gonna add a little bit of sweetness for us. The beans are gonna absorb some of the spice, but it's not too spicy by any means. And maybe I won't add any salt until we add the chicken. So let's let that keep going while we prepare the toppings. And then we'll just add the chicken, beans, and corn all together. Let it cook for about 5-10 minutes, and then we're good. Your Costco doesn't carry them, and I was saying I was so excited when I went to buy them that they did still have them here in Canada. That's weird. Maybe not enough people were buying them where you're at? Which is unfortunate, right? Because that's kind of how they purchase things for stores, and they will get rid of the things that people don't buy. Come here, lime. This is how I packed my cilantro, with a little napkin so that it didn't get too wet in here and start going bad. This is, I think, 3 weeks old now. Definitely 2 weeks, but I'm pretty sure this is our 3rd week of this cilantro, and look how good it stayed just by doing a simple trick like that. Get our cheese grater out. So in Canada, we just call this marble cheese, and then in the States, you guys call it Colby Jack. See? And then if you're fancy, you call it marble. I was also saying, as we were going through the recipe, a little dollop of sour cream in this, if you wanted it more creamy, would not be bad. Would also take away a bit of the spice, if you have someone who's more sensitive to the spice of the peppers. Mish. I mean, at least you tried. That's all we really ask for here. I can't be upset. Colby Jack is all you're getting. Feta would be good. But I mean, if we wanted to go traditional, I'd probably go get some queso fresco. Maybe I'll do a little bit more. You don't care about Colby or Jack? I'll let them know. I love it, Up and Adam. Sambo would like that song. He loves brie cheese. Colby left town. I was trying to describe to my friend yesterday. She's like, oh, how did your stream go? And I was like, it was crazy. And she's like, what does that even mean? And how I describe it, I was like, just think of adults acting like children, and it's really fun. That was my description of us on stream yesterday. Plus also cooking and learning at the same time. But we definitely have our fun here. I think that's why we all show up together every weekend. Get in a container for the cheese, the lime, and the cilantro. And maybe while I'm over here, I'll grab the tortilla chips. I got fancy tortilla chips. There's some red ones. So I thought that would look cool. Dun, 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 dun. You get a nice day tomorrow, Mickey? I'm jealous. It's actually gonna be nice that it's raining tomorrow. Usually Mondays I don't do too much. I'm gonna apply for a job though. So I'm excited about that. That's my only real administration stuff I'll be doing though. It's like we all need at least one day to ourselves. You're listening, Scoots. You're adulting outside, though. That's allowed. It's Sunday. What are you guys adulting outside? Just like yard work maintenance? Do I use Snapchat? I've never downloaded Snapchat. Is that crazy? Let's roll this lime. Get it more juicy. Wow, I've never had Snapchat. And it's just lately that I've been starting to watch a bit of TikToks. But mostly the one social media source that I use all the time is Instagram. And I've been like that since Instagram came out. Yeah, like I'll never download Snapchat. I don't know. I think I was a little bit too old for when it came out. I was already like in my career and stuff. Whereas like all the young kids were using it, so was beyond me. Let's do little lime wedges, so we'll get 6 out of this. And that way we can have a couple wedges for our leftover soup these next days. It looks like we'll have around 3-4 liters worth of soup. And that's what we usually make here. That's always a good amount. You rarely use Insta? What is your favorite social media then? Let's chop up some cilantro. Your old man brain can't handle any more than Facebook. I mean, Facebook, I don't know, it's kind of changed over the years, right? Like, I have a lot of contacts on Facebook, which is why I keep it. But other than that, I don't post too much other than, like, my Cook with Kate stuff. And I also stay up to date a bit with some of my friends from around the world. Let's say that. That should be enough cilantro. And I just picked out the pieces that were starting to turn brown so that they don't make everything else turn brown. Not a lot, Kanara. Probably gonna start uploading more to YouTube. You should. Like, I try to always upload my Twitch VODs to YouTube just to have something there, right? And like now it's pretty cool because I did it since I started streaming, so now I can go back and watch my first ever stream, which is hilarious. I am with you on that, Valk. Usually, like once a week, I'll flip through the Edmonton Reddit thread. That's like my news source. My local news comes from Reddit. It might actually be shorter now. I know it used to be, I think, 90 days for partners, but I think they shortened it recently. Yeah, the live streaming on YouTube. I saw that Bubs was doing a dual stream a couple weeks ago now. Maybe last week? Or maybe it was this week when I saw him. And I just hopped on real quick. But I was busy, so I didn't stick around. I've actually been really enjoying uploading like short form content, the shorts, up onto YouTube. You get pretty good views that way. They have to be 60 seconds or less. So like I'll make the short for YouTube and then I'll upload that to Instagram too. Valk, 20 months. Let's go. Thank you very much for resubbing, being part of our kitchen crew. Also a local, so that's kind of special to me. He got some new viewers from YouTube? Nice! That's awesome. Because that's what you really wonder, right? Going into it. You're like, is this even going to be worth it? Yeah, when you have an online presence, it is important that you use as many social outlets as you want. But it can get overwhelming. I definitely have retracted on what platforms I post as much on. Like, I don't really use Twitter at all anymore, which I used to love. So things change over the years. You just gotta make those adjustments that you're happy with. That's really all it comes down to. We accept dishwashers all the time. You gotta start somewhere. Yeah, it's called X now, except when you click on it, it's still twitter.com. So what is it really? I know, you should come over one time. I always have a lot of food left over on the weekends. So please, message me and come pick some up. You're also more than welcome to just come over and hang while I'm streaming, if you ever want to do that. What did Stream Elements do? Did they try to post a link again? Stream Elements is being crazy lately. Is this the last straw for me? What are they doing? I mean, kind of their own fault for not asking, though, at the same time. Shoot. That happened quick. But they should be back momentarily. Why would you throw a brick through my window? That's vandalism. Hey, look at all this stuff. Toppings. Should we... I usually like to crush the tortillas right over the soup, rather than like pre-crush them. That's what we got though. So nice big pieces, and I think it'll look really cool with some of the red and white chips. Just leave that in front. Not a legit link either. Okay, good to know. Gonna put the cilantro away, and let's go over here because I want to pour the corn in first because it's kind of cold still. And let's turn this up when we add everything. Look at how frosty it is. That's why we use this up today. Absorb all of the flavors. Hello, welcome back. Sorry that you got booted. But we have a setting here that if someone that's not a subscriber to the channel posts a link, you just auto get booted just in case it's a bad link. But you're still welcome, no problem. Right, yeah, the link is hilarious. You made a veggie stir fry with noodles tonight, Mickey? See, he's eating vegetarian. Probably good though after you had your big roast beef dinner though. What should we do next? Beans? We pressure cooked the black beans for 15 minutes because that's what it said from Google to do, but I think if we went 10-12 minutes it would have been a bit better because they really exploded. And then start getting all the yummy chicken in. Valk, I think I need you to come and pick up a liter of this soup. There's so much of it. What the heck? Usually I don't fill the pot this much. Wayne, you have to eat lots of soup, okay?
I'll do what I can.
Thanks. Holy. That looks so good. I love the chunky chicken pieces. I hate when it says there's chicken in the soup or like some kind of meat, but you get 0 spoonfuls of meat. Like, what are you trying to sell me right now? I'm just gonna put these 2 spices away. And then we still have to chop up the chicken skin. I might pop it under the broiler to crisp up the other side of it now real quick. Because no one likes soggy chicken skin just while we're waiting. Let's do that. Just gonna lay it out on a sheet pan with the seasoned side down. I'll show you real quick just here. I'll just broil that, get it sizzling, and render the fat just a bit more. And then make sure that your oven rack is right at the top, really close to the elements. And then we can't forget about our pickled jalapeños that are sitting back here, because honestly, I almost did. That's how they're looking now. Yeah, just a memory of meat. A whiff. A whisper of protein. Thank you for that. Now we can try this broth. It might need a bit more seasoning, and actually this is one thing I wanted to use in it to season. This is also an ingredient that I bought from the Mexican market once upon a time, and it's seriously delicious, and I've never seen this in a regular grocery store. So it's I'm gonna say this for all of you, Knorr. It's a tomato bouillon with chicken. And it is so delicious. This is what it looks like. So let's taste the soup first, and then we'll decide how much of that we need. Knorr. Everything's getting really nice and balanced. The corn added a good sweetness. It definitely can add quite a bit of seasoning. I will do 2 and a bit spoons like that, and then we'll try it. You can get that, Kanara? Cornbread batter? What? Yeah, I'm obsessed with this. I want to use it all the time. I'm really glad that I took the time to browse through the market that one day. Because otherwise I would have never seen it and discovered it. It's not bonk. I was waiting to hear sizzles. The broiler's just heating up. It looks like it's actually curling up a bit. Ooh, I got a little spicy bit there. That, I think, is good on the seasoning. Let's turn this down a sec. Now that we're simmering. Okay, so this is what's happening as we render, right? So a lot of times when you're trying to make crispy chicken skin, is you'll do a sheet pan right on top of that to hold it down. I'm just gonna get a little metal rack and try and re-spread that out. and see if I can flatten them. Rather than going a full sheet pan. Let's see. Don't even ask me how much crispy chicken skin I've made. Because like our sheet pans in the restaurant are like this, right? It's double that size. I think we would stuff an entire oven worth, so like 6 trays. Ridiculous. And yeah, you definitely have to watch it so it doesn't burn. I don't know if I can spread this back out now. 2 are really good. The other ones are a bit curled, and that's okay. Because it looked like they rendered out good anyway, so that's what I did. Hold it down. Search for a local carniceria, you'll find the bouillon powder. So in Canada, Mexican food is not popular, and I have no idea why. But Asian food, Indian food, and a lot of those other cultures are much more prominent. It makes me sad. But yeah, we don't have nearly what you guys have in the States as far as Mexican restaurants, carnicerias, markets, anything like that. Aha, it's working. Sizzling. Let's get some bowls out. I think it's gonna look phenomenal in the black bowl. Are there any Mexican folks in Edmonton? A few, like everyone that works at the market that I go to. It's called El Paraiso? Everyone there is like Mexican from there for sure, which is awesome. And I will say like the taqueria that I helped open up was also owned partly by a Mexican family. Okay, so the spices on this one, it burned a little. I think we're gonna stop there. I think we'll stop there. Look how much chicken fat is on those other ones. It's better than not taking the time to do it. Now we'll give that a little chop. Ask them where they source their stuff from home cooking. Probably just from the market, but yeah, I'll talk to them next time I go there. I think I'll try and go like once a week now because they have a, let's say, hot deli section. So last time I went, I got a tamale for lunch for $4.25. Can't beat that. And they also do amazing flautas. I think I'm craving that one next time. This idea with the chicken skin is gonna be phenomenal, you guys. We're coming full circle here. Wait, what happened to my camera? Yellow? One sec, guys. How long was that frozen? Everything is still set up on my side. Hello, Twitch. Okay, let's see if that reset it. We overwhelmed it with the chicken skin. It had to take a moment there to itself. And that's what it looks like. That was so random. What the heck? Okay, let's turn this off. I'm gonna have one more taste just to make sure I'm happy. And yeah, we have 2 whole chipotles in here, so just don't scoop those into someone's bowl unless they really like spicy food. Would not recommend eating a whole one. Yep, because the chicken skin has a little bit of salt on it, right? All right. I'm excited. That is really hearty. Look at that scoop. And then I'm going to set up again for plating to do our little video. Did anyone see the YouTube video that I made from yesterday's stream plating? I posted it in Discord. It turned out really good. And I think this one is gonna look awesome for us to plate with all the different toppings. Like how everything still kept its color. Like the jalapenos are still green. Corn is a really nice bright yellow. And there is a really good amount of chicken in there. Do a little bit more broth. You watched it? Thanks, Kimmers. And then I just need some tweezers for the pickled jalapenos because we don't want to contaminate the jar at all. So I usually use tweezers to pick them out. Steaming, guys. Bringing my camera over. If you guys were wondering, this is... I just use my phone for the stove cam on a gimbal, like how we always do our IRL setup. Because iPhones are actually pretty good quality. I gotta bring one of the bowls up over here. And then before we actually garnish, I'm just going to give all this a little chopperoo. Now that it's cooled off, I didn't want to touch it while it was molten from under the broiler. So I think bite-sized pieces like this. And then we'll just do nice little thin strips. Do you hear the crunch? Guys, we're sick. We are sick in the head. In the best way. The taco seasoning flavor on that. I can't not. Didn't waste nothing today. And putting it under the broiler like that totally worked. Now we know. Just a little bit of... We can't really call this chicharron because it's not made in the same way. Similar though in like flavor. Just not product. grabbing the tweezers. Okay, what do we think first? I'm gonna say the tortillas on first. And then I'm gonna go cheese and then jalapeno, probably the chicken skin, cilantro, and then we'll finish with the lime just so it can sit up so you can actually grab it. Let's prep this too before I start the video. So with your tweezers, pick out the plastic piece that we put in to hold the jalapenos under the brine. And obviously these are going to be better tomorrow as they sit overnight, right? Pile it in the center is what I was thinking. And like I was saying earlier, you can always add more tortillas or less depending on like how thick you want the soup to be, because it's gonna thicken the soup a bit when they start to absorb the broth. So Nike was saying earlier, like one of the places he goes to, they basically blend the tortillas in. So it's really thick. Just want to get a little bit more contrast of a chip on top of the red. Need a bit more red over here. Okay, let's start with that. Just like I said, we can always add more. Yeah, right. One of the few times where soggy chips are like actually really good. Because I would often not. And so obviously when we mix the cheese in, it will melt a bit. We're making like a bed for the lime to sit on top of. I'm not gonna get my hands messy yet with the chicken skin, so let's get our jalapenos. We're just gonna place them around. Like, probably 4 or 5 is good. Usually when we're taught plating in culinary school, you always go uneven numbers, odd numbers. So 3 or 5 looks the best, rather than 2 or 4. Boom. Before I touch the chicken skin, I'll sprinkle the cilantro. Soggy chip needs mayo. Mickey, are you okay? Oh, 'cause chips are fries in the UK. He is okay, guys. We found the bread, yeah. Oh my god, my favorite, seriously. Okay, now our chicken skins. No, never say sorry. It's seriously my favorite, dude. I love how much like food brings us all together. Never feel bad about that. I still understood what you were saying. It just took me a sec. That looks wild, everyone. This is like a $20 bowl of soup. And then our limey. Look at all those color contrasts. Just wow, really. Scooter, you eat American chips with mayo? Okay, now we know. Now we're finding out the truths here. That was the end of my video. Now I'm just gonna take a photo. Lime is very important because we really didn't add any at all yet. But the pickled jalapeno will have a bit of acidity as well, right? This seriously looks phenomenal. I think I outdid myself. I really don't know what to say. I made you laugh, Mickey. Perfect, because you made me laugh too. Okay, I'm gonna give Wayne his bowl and then we'll taste ours. Just dipping chips in mayo, you sickos.
Even soggy fries in mayo.
Yeah. You're welcome. First things first, squeeze this. Get all the juices out. Thank you, Valk. I appreciate you. Scooter got us. She just means the mayo when you make like a dip, because sometimes you mix mayo with the sour cream. That is fair. Now we mess it all up, the masterpiece. That is the funniest part of cooking to me always. You take all of this time to beautifully plate it, and then within seconds, it's destroyed. Thank you, Crazy Alice's. Gotta bring it closer just so I don't drip on the board. Wayne. This is so good, you guys. It tastes like nachos in a bowl. It tastes like nacho soup. Wait, I gave you one? No. Or a jalapeno. I didn't scoop any into your bowl, though. Please don't die. I think that's where the Japanese get you, though. They make any food look good. It could be just one thing on a plate, right? And it looks phenomenal. That's so true, Bonk. You get the cumin. The lime is really nice, I will say. It kind of just brought everything together. Because you can't really have Mexican food without lime. That would be really, really weird. So definitely don't forget that. The beans and everything else kind of just melts in your mouth. And then the tortillas still have like a nice little bite that you know that you're eating it. And there's a good sweetness from the tomatoes and the corn. Nachos and Golden Girls tomorrow now. I love it. Mmm. The jalapeno. It's spicy, it's vinegary, just kind of cuts through everything. And yeah, I don't even notice the chicken skin anymore. It's melded into the pot. Speed? That is really weird that you showed up today, because I was actually thinking about you. I know that might sound weird when I say that to you guys, but like when you guys don't come around for a bit, and like we're on Facebook, so I see like some of your updates, it's like, I've been thinking about you, man. How you been? Kanara, I love the Golden Girls, and now I am one. Hell yeah. Can you guys see it's heating me up? Look. It's getting pretty dewy. But it's not overpowering. It's just an enjoyable spice in your life. You were thinking about it too. Amazing. You're doing great. Good. You survived all that crazy weather. I was like, how about we just stop the tornadoes for a couple days? Thanks. This is so good and so simple. That's all I got. Here's the recipe. You guys need to make it. I actually followed it. This is everything I needed. 2 miles from your house? My goodness. The tomato broth is really good. This is what I use to season it. Right at the end. As well, it's a tomato broth with chicken, right? What else is in here? Obviously MSG. Tomato powder. There's actual chicken fat in this. There might be some bad dyes in it though, but that's okay. We'll just be bouncing off the walls for a couple hours, Wayne. Yeah. There might be red 40 in it. That's okay, we haven't died yet. Yeah, it just says chicken fat on the ingredients bunk. But there's quite a bit of other preservatives in there. I'm still not sad that after I read that. I'll still use it. I don't care. That's why it's so good, right? Oh, it's so delicious. It's okay, Speed. I didn't say anything that you missed. Okay, guys. That's it. We're wrapping up. That was Sunday. Told you it was quick and easy. We're at the just over 2.5 hour mark. And it's not raining out yet, so I get to go for a walkie. Who are we going to go raid today, peoples? A very tasty stream. And let's just say this. We all know that soups, casseroles, stews, anything like that tastes better the next day. So it's even gonna taste better tomorrow. Thank you, Cookie, for the 999. Mish. Thank you for the 1. It's okay. I always say better late than never. I just like to see you guys. And I will tell Samo you say hey whenever I talk to him. Excuse me. Sorry, belch of approval for the chef. That's how you know. We can't help it. Okay, what we got going on here? Okay, Chef Steve is celebrating Cinco de Mayo as well today. He's making empanadas, it looks like. Let's go see him. Carry on this cooking train. Steve! Heck yeah, let's go to the actual food truck. Not one that's just been talked about for years. Wait, who would do that? You guys all know what we're doing anyways, it's fine. Hey guys, thank you so much for a wonderful weekend of cooking. We made so much good stuff. Like, I love ending my weekends knowing that my fridge is like full of food that I can just eat off of until the next streams. It's seriously awesome. So definitely try to make something yummy for yourself this weekend if you haven't yet. Hopefully you still have time. And if you share with someone else, that's always better too. Thank you everyone for all the contributions this weekend, all the raids, gifted subs, bits, resubs, all the new follows. It all matters. And stay tuned in Discord because I will be posting the schedule. Usually on Thursdays I do, and then I do my grocery shop after that. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, day, night, wherever you are in the world. I'll see you next time. Love y'all. Bye!